In one of the most important days for the Los Angeles Lakers, President of Business Operations Tim Harris emailed the staff to inform them that this will be his final season with the Lakers. With no doubt, this is one of the biggest plays in the Mark Walter era as majority owner of the team. Tim Harris was the vice governor and the number 2 individual in the organization. If Jeanie Buss couldn't handle official league business, he would step in. If Rob Pelinka is the face of the on-court basketball team, Tim Harris was in charge of the rest for a very long time. He basically ran the team. So for him not to finish the year in the Mark Walter era says a lot about how big this news is. Harris was part of Jeanie Buss's inner circle. He was even more influential than her brothers Joey and Jesse. When Magic Johnson resigned, he was basically fed up. He said a lot about how Harris was almost his equal in power within the organization and involved with everything. From Magic's standpoint, why is this guy talking about basketball? He should only be on the business side. So looking at this from Mark Walter's point of view, the Lakers organization operates with a triangular power structure. Of course, Jeanie sits at the top, then you have Pelinka and Harris below. This creates a potential entry point for Walter to bring his Los Angeles Dodgers expertise to the Lakers by removing Harris from the decision-making chain. Harris is an authoritative, commanding former athlete who rose within the organization. He became one of the few powerful individuals outside the Buss family. And that's because in the 90s, filling the arena with non-basketball events was crucial to generating revenue in the NBA's tougher financial era, which helped to keep the Lakers afloat in those early years. He was basically the guy in charge of making money for the Los Angeles Lakers, on a team that operated like a family business but still needed to generate revenue. But that was great in the 90s and early 2000s. Harris was reluctant to generate revenue from newer channels. For example, he neglected generating money from online businesses or using social media to stand out. And you can see how other teams in the league are outperforming the Lakers commercially, despite the Lakers brand being far superior. So Mark Walter had to do 2 things. First, move away from the family business and change how it operates, which means replacing Tim Harris. That shift is already underway. Yesterday, the Lakers announced that Lon Rosen will be the new president of business operations. Rosen has been executive VP and chief marketing officer of the Dodgers since 2012. This is Mark Walter putting his people in place. And this is happening gradually, without Walter being front and center, helps stabilize the transition. And if you're a Lakers fan, that's very encouraging. He's improving things without noise, without any disruption to the team. So moving forward, here's how things will go. Every major business decision will go to Lon Rosen, and that's what we expected when Walter bought the team. This is the structural change that we expected. Jeanie and the Buss family are now almost done. I think now the organization is trending upward, especially without making any bad trade during the trade deadline. The Luka trade is looking much better now. Walter, with his track record, now has the means to put in the work and resources to turn around this organization. The most important step now is to find the right people in the right places. Lon Rosen will have to be smart about replacing all the regime with people who are aligned with this new direction. And one last thing. Walter knows the organization and understands how it works. I think keeping Pelinka now means he doesn't want a full rebuild. He'll keep building this team moving forward. And I agree, the Lakers don't need to completely rebuild themselves, but the GM has to prove himself this summer. Stop patching problems and start fixing them with long-term solutions. Mark Walter will not accept that.